I used to be very addicted to fapping back in those days. There were probably times where I've even fapped over 20 times every single day. I would literally just go into the toilet and start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, and I wouldn't get out until I reached 10 or 15. And then later on through the day I would do it a couple of times more. Probably around 7 or 8 times. At least. And at the end I had done absolutely nothing except wasting my time. And this is a long story, and my camera simply won't allow me to record the full story for you, but I will do it later on as the journey continues. But for now I am going to tell you how I escaped this trap of fapping, because I am certain that someone out there has the same problem like I did. Someone out there needs help in quitting fapping as well. And overall, if you just want to quit fapping forever, just listen to this video attentively and nothing else. That's all I ask from you. Just give me your full focus if you want this video to actually play a big part in your life. That's all you have to do. Now, there is nothing to be ashamed of if you fap so much like I did. The only thing that we should be ashamed of, that you and I should be ashamed of, is that time that we have wasted. That time would have been so much more valuable if we had spent it on something productive. If we had spent the time perhaps reading, perhaps exercising, perhaps doing something that will eventually lead us to having sex in the future, not just seeking some instant pleasure in fapping right now. And that's basically it. It all comes down to having sex and reproduction. We get horny whenever we see a hot chick, because we want to have kids with her, because we want to fuck her and dominate her. It all comes down to that, but our bodies can give pleasure to themselves, so we simply get our hand and just give the pleasure to her and just start beating our meat just to feel some little pleasure. But that's not the point. That's not what our body wants. We want to reproduce, and that's why this addiction is so bad. It's so hard to escape, because there is no one really telling you that fapping is bad. There is no one really telling you how to quit fapping. No one at all, bro. Now then, the first thing that I did in order to quit this fapping addiction was my time management. We'll move on to the mindset part a bit later on, so you can skip about 1 or 2 minutes from now, but I suggest you keep watching. The first thing that helped me quit my fapping addiction was time management. I want you to imagine right now 2 personalities. First, let's imagine a successful person. When I imagine a successful person, I see someone very good looking, very attractive. He has a beard, he has money, he has wealth, he has watches on his wrist, and he has business calls and phone calls all the way throughout his day. Basically, his whole day is filled with productivity. But when I imagine a loser type of a person, an average person, what do you see? I personally see a person that spends most of his days locked up in his room playing video games and eating junk food. He probably weighs over 150 kilos and his tummy is literally popping off in front of him. He can't even see his own dick because of his tummy. Now, what is the difference between these 2 personalities? I want you to answer this question for yourself. What is exactly the difference between these 2 people? The successful person and the unsuccessful person. What is the difference? It's pretty obvious and it's pretty big. It's their time management, bro. Their time management is so different. While this guy who is successful works all day, has his whole day focused on productivity and based on productivity. This guy who faps, who spends most of his days locked inside his room, just seeks pleasure into video games, junk food, snacks, some other treats, and the worst of all, jacking off, nothing else. While this guy is making money all the way throughout his day and educating himself, even in his free time, he doesn't just start jacking off or play video games. No, instead of that, he goes on and reads a book. Instead of that, he goes on and listens to a podcast. He goes on and educates himself for some more progress in the future. Unlike the average guy. The average guy will always seek instant pleasure and instant gratification, which is so easy to acquire nowadays. So why not? So why work? Why work for a better living in the future when I can just jack off right now and nothing else? When I changed my time management, I have literally transformed from this average person to someone that is slowly climbing towards success in one night. In one night I was able to basically get rid of every single addiction, almost every single addiction, except the video games, but that's for another video. And in that night I also got rid of fapping as well. I changed my mindset about it. It came down to mindset after all. It all comes down to how you see fapping in the first place. If you see it as a 90-day trial, as a 90-day challenge because some crackhead on YouTube told you so, like I was told, well then you've got the wrong idea. The point of nofap isn't to get to day 30 of No Nut November just to flex your score on your Discord and Reddit friends. Oh, I got to day 30, whoa bro, I feel amazing. I could barely make it, bro, like my dick would start hurting, bro, like, oh bro, it was so damn hard, bro, oh! No, that's not the point. That isn't the point of nofap. The point of nofap is to simply understand this mindset. That mindset is so beautifully well written in this sentence. If you want to have sex, basically if you get the urge to fap, or fuck some random girl, either have sex, either go and ravish her, or do something that will get you to have sex in the future. Do you understand? If you can't have sex right now, if you can't do it right now, if you can't go and ravish your dream wife right now, don't just seek instant pleasure in fapping, bro. No, that's not it. That's not what your body wants. It will never be it. Instead of that, do something that will get you to look perhaps more attractive in order to attract the girl that you like. Perhaps do something that will make you overall more attractive to girls, to your future wife, in order to get her. Do something that will get you girls, not something that will take them away from you. If you fap, bro, you are disgusting, and girls will run away from you. But if you, instead of that, go on and do push-ups perhaps, whenever you get the urge, just like I did, go do some push-ups, you will get some amazing results. Because of this mindset change, whenever I would get the urge, I would just drop down and do push-ups. And thanks to that, in a single month, I got my bicep to look beautiful, bro. Like, I worked out so much because of this urge. And you can use it as well, bro. Like, whenever you get this urge, either go drop down and do some push-ups, bro. Inflict pain upon yourself to get rid of this urge. Thus, but not just some pain like this, or poking yourself with your finger wherever it hurts. I'm not talking about that kind of pain. I'm talking about productive pain, like pain that will get you muscle, pain that will get you to look better, I'm talking about push-ups specifically because they will build a good part of your body that looks pretty attractive to girls. Now, that's pretty much all there is to this video. It all comes down to your mindset. If you are a person who thinks to himself, I am a no-fapper, you have already developed a successful mindset, bro. You are already on the right path. So you don't even need to change anything. You don't even need this video to help you, because you know yourself that it all comes down to you and your mindset. It all comes down to what will you decide. But if you are someone and you won't get disappointed when you eventually relapse, because I will relapse, you will relapse, and everyone in the world will relapse, because I don't have a clean 10-month plus of no-fap. No. Eventually I did relapse. I did fapped, but did I just start cursing at myself and hating myself for it? No, bro. Instead of that, I just tapped myself on the shoulder and told to myself, I am proud of you, Christian. You have done a very good job. You have done a very good deed. You were able to go without fapping for months and weeks. So, what's the point of trying to punish yourself? You are a great man, bro. Like, get up right now and go clean yourself. And continue walking this gracious path. And I did. And here I am now. Free of fapping, free of everything. Why? Because of this mindset. Because of this winner mindset. Because of this specific mindset that simply doesn't allow me to feel bad whenever I relapse. And if you have developed this mindset as well, you are on the right path, bro. You will naturally prevail and you will succeed. But if you have the mindset of a no, not November, day 30 average guy, well then, you will fail. I can already tell you that you will fail and you will absolutely hate yourself for it. You will fail and you will think to yourself that no-fap is stupid, that no-fap doesn't have anything to do in life, that you are destined for failure and nothing else. And if you are on this path where you try to reach day 30 of November or day 90 because of some random YouTuber on YouTube, you will fail. Because you will await this day 30. But now, let's say you succeed. Let's say you reach day 30. What now? You will go back. You will just go back to your old fapping addiction. Even if you clear the November challenge, you will still go back to your old fapping habits. Why? Because you didn't actually train your mind to go against fapping. You simply tried to reach some milestone and that's it. So that's what you need to change, because if you don't have the right mindset, if you don't have this winner mindset that I have, that many people nowadays have, you will never quit fapping. But instead of that, you will have this mindset of a milestone hunter that will try to reach day 30 and day 90 consistently, but even if you reach it, you will just go back to your old fapping habits and nothing else. That is not a permanent cure, and if you do follow this path, you will never quit it. You will just go fap day in, day out, day in, day out. That's it. So the choice is yours, whether you will take the right path or the average path. I give you my hand, and I promise you that I will make a longer and more in-depth video about my fapping journey and how my addiction took a hold on me. And I will show you exactly, step by step, how to get rid of it. How to actually cure it with no effort whatsoever, but you can still cure it using this video. And do it, bro. You can absolutely do it. I really hope this video was helpful to you. I really hope that I was able to help you out. Now, that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching, bro, and see ya. Bye.